Hello and welcome. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, continuing that self-imposed challenge of fear of walking, which is where basically I play a normal game in Shadow Empire, but instead of, well, basically the sort of house rule that professional troops, professional army troops, must have some sort of like motorized or engine-driven transport. That was basically what won the vote in the community, or in the Reddit. Part of that, of course, is, and then sort of roleplay it, I've gone ahead and set the planet to a Cerberus class planet. So it is very hot, very volcanous. I think the coldest temperature, if I can go find, help, isn't it? Planetology. So average planetary temperature is 63 degrees. We get a seasonal overview. One of these is a seasonal overview. Here we go. Basically, the coldest get is 39 degrees C. So it's a warm day in Death Valley is as cold as planet gets. So yeah, of course some people don't want to be walking around. It's bloody hot out there. So that's the settings we've got going. Apparently I have surplus petrol. So that probably means I can support more, well, if I had the industry, I could support more motorized vehicles right now. Right now, victory-wise, we are in the first place in the podium. Let's try to keep that up as we take over more of the planet. Quick bit of math I did to myself before we started the stream. There's about 55% of the planet is owned, so there's about 45% unowned. So like another 22.5 victory score that can be picked up by picking up the planet alone. And that's almost enough for us to win. So right now we're kind of in that rush to grab the unclaimed territory. Once most of that territory is claimed, we're going to start trying to figure out who we're going to attack. Isandor, we don't have a particularly long front with. I think might be Blackland. These guys? Blackland, yeah. Blackland's probably the easiest for us to attack. In far as getting good territory. So they've got a city here, a city here, a city here. Now that's all probably pretty reasonable to attack. The other one is Wormrand down here. Wormrand's a little bit less valuable, but they've got a couple cities over here. And it's pretty flat, although desert terrain between us and those cities, which is almost perfect for encirclements of their troops. Do a quick once over on the cards we have. Figure out if there's any that we actually want to use. It's not going to work. Could work. Not going to work. Not going to work. There's actually the last major I don't think we've established contact with. Well, there's a couple miners up here. There's actually a miner. Looks like there's actually a miner within population up there. Yeah, well, this is actually the score leader, and we probably don't want to do diplomacy too much with them, but we'll try. Let's do some spy embedding.
Yes, sir.
So we get some more recon on.
Yes, sir.
The neighbors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've got a militia project to play. Maxed out the capital. We have maxed out the capital. Let's put some more landing grounds south. I'm going to assume... Oh, the sub-vocalizer towers we haven't completely deployed yet. Okay, let's toss one. Oh, we have one over there. We have one there. It's just south and north does not have one yet. We'll put one in north.
Roger that.
Let's get it deployed. Subterranean sensors are probably everywhere. Or at least everywhere that matters. Yeah. Same with the gravitonic collector. Which is artifact power plant. Yes. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and probably cycle a turn, unless I see that I want to change something with the orcs. Economy is working on ammo printer, motorized heavy MGs, so that's maybe something we'll deploy. Gossamer arms, so 2 more turns of Gossamer arms at this rate, and we'll have that deployed. I think we have what we need for heavy combat armor, so we'll see if we can do heavy combat armor after, instead of going straight to the Mill Council. And the Applied Science is still working on fuel efficiency. Okay, automated logistics popped up, so that's probably what we'll do after ammo printing. Yep, it's definitely what we're doing after ammo printing. Looking through the applied engineering chemistry techs. Remember there being an engine tech. And see if I see it. And if we've got it discovered yet. At least is for the aircraft ones, I'm saying. Okay, not seeing any way to necessarily improve the engines. The fuel efficiency is nice, anyway. I suppose the armor might help a little bit with the vehicle optimization. Only affect planes with that one. Been a while since I've done a mental deep dive on the applied tech. Sorry if I'm sitting here kind of vaguely looking at the tech screen here. Yeah, okay. So let's get to cycling turns. I don't think there's anything we're going to modify. We got a decent amount of money, so we should be good to cycle. This planet is not as bad as the previous one for motor vehicles. It's maybe not still perfect. We can't necessarily run max armor, max guns, and expect our things to fly across the battlefield, but it's still pretty decent. Okay, we're seeing the AI is doing some fighting back and forth. Over to us, we killed 500 infantry over the end turn. We have 5 decisions, around 85. There's, oh, Gossamer alarms actually came along quicker than I was expecting. There's charge coming right along behind. So yeah, we're definitely going to crack out a bunch of technologies back to back to back there. Yeah, we'll pick up the Secret Service. I think I'm going to avoid picking up the Foreign Affairs Counselor this time. Or, well, I'll probably pick it up last. So we can do charged. I'm going to do heavy combat armor, because I think it's going to be stronger if we need to immediately swap for upgrading something. Mechanized assault infantry. That's maybe something we want to do. light mechanized armor grenadier army. So that's grenadier is anti-tank infantry, MGs with normal infantry. Light implies that this has light armor attached to it. Really, I want mechanized siege grenadier army, but I suppose we can grab that anyway.
Affirmative.
Nomad traders offering us
Yes,
ammo.
sir.
We'll accept. Across the mountains there with the road. As you get adequate supply. At some point I'll need to bring up an infantry or something to grab the deep mountain there.
Weapons free.
Not quite enough. Construction points. We'll continue expanding the road. Down around the mountain. Let's run it around the south side of the mountain. It's a little bit more expensive because we're going through the desert there. On the north side we're not. Construction-wise, everything changed at speed. Done. Done, done. Still working the deep core, still working at industry, which are probably things we're working on. Most interested in working on. I don't think that BP's kicked in. We'll see next turn. That'll probably be enough without having to build another one. So that probably means, if I can, it's time to build some more units. I think I want some walkers. As much as this is the fear walking challenge, it's fear of foot walking, not fear of walkers. The motorized walkers here are going to be the one. Well, they have an engine, so they're the exception. Just so we've got something that can actually go in the mountains that isn't militia. Because you see there from the AP cost, the high mountains, wheel doesn't have any action points, track doesn't have any action points, and that's everything. It's everything we're using if we don't use walkers. So we're gonna use some walkers there. Well, technically air would work as well, but air can't take territory, right? So it's got to be. We're gonna have one vehicle that can go there. Model designer. Working on that new walker. Okay, so we need like 3 more turns where we can deploy some walkers. So we'll stash up some industrial capacity for that, I think. In the meantime, do you want to try brute forcing this mountain by walking north? Or probably makes more sense to go around to the bottom. Or not around the top. Which is something like that, I think. Got some colonists. Unless this place is level 3 and isn't, this is going to be a place that gets the colonists. In 6 turns, that will be done. We'll probably move on to making the next city.
Roger that.
One thing I will do in preparation for this being a city is I will go ahead and make a truck station, a railhead,
Roger that.
and build a rail line for the upcoming city. And this city will then be responsible for these 2 ruin harvesting operations. Okay, that looks like a plan. We can, at this point, open up contact with the last major that we haven't opened contact with. And then that was the last non-territorial miner. They are unwilling to accept peace. So what type of miner are they? Ah, wait, no. Yes. They are the arachnids. That makes sense. The arachnids want to eat us. There is no peace between monster and food. And sadly right now we're the food. Metal's going down a little bit, so we may want to expand metal production. Yeah, let's queue up another level to that metal mine. It'll, in theory, deplete it a little bit faster. We can take the mine up to max level, which is 5. And then we'll be contemplating expanding to additional mines. That one won't be a particularly great one, but that one can be a mine as well. It's pretty close to this place we just assigned to that city. That makes sense. That one's a bit in the middle of nowhere. If we did do the volcano one here, that's probably close enough for the volcano one. So that's probably also close enough for this town to operate it as well. That's pretty far away, though. That if we put a town over here to do both volcanic energy damping, it wouldn't be that bad. And then we could just do more scavenging. We know this. We've found all the artifacts out here, in theory, but that doesn't mean we've scrapped all the metal out of the ruins yet. Okay, the other major might get to that hex first. We could attack here. I think we'll win the fight if we do, so let's just start shooting.
Mission accomplished. Attack formation. All clear, sir.
Okay, so they're reduced to 1 hex. We'll see if they're still in there next turn. And then I only got any political cards that I'm super interested in playing. At least not within our price range. We can sell off some rare earth metals, yeah.
Roger that.
Basically count for the money we spent that turn. Hopefully we continue to see the industry rising. Keep expanding deep core, keep expanding industry. I think we got 1 more industry level here in the capital. And then once we have walkers, the walkers are going to eat more petrol, so we want more petrol at that point. Okay, watching the intern, not seeing anything. Well, we're not at war with any of the majors, so we shouldn't be seeing anything dangerous to us. We may technically see the majors taking stuff off of each other. Right, I think a couple of the majors are at war with each other. Around us, we killed 100 infantry over the intern. 5 decisions await us on round 86. One of the territories has violated our borders. I think that's probably one of the nomads. We have the bureaucratic points required for the demand. Another militia project. I'll let the staff council go down to 5. Make space for some of the new councils. Like, the Secret Service isn't very high priority, but we still want
Roger that.
some everywhere else. There we go. Secret Service, we need someone that's good at the job. Cobra drops 44 and a cap 3. That is a good person for the job.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Roaming fees, you have my maximal support in getting it under control. Abductions, yes again, trace and spell eagers. Sadly, well, good thing we helped, because adding our support adds a plus 50 to the roll. So what is a failure here would have been a critical failure without it. You know, we're in a position where militancy is actually increasing here. For whatever reason, this militancy level doesn't add the plus 4 that we're getting from the militia project. Got a level 2 militia project here. That's why it's going up and not down by 2. We're about to play another card that's gonna make it go up by 4.
Copy that.
So we may want to come and check in here every once in a while and see if we get a few more militia units to deploy. What are you having supply issues about? Fuel. Not getting enough fuel. That must be a shipping problem. Do think, or do say so myself? Yeah, that's a shipping problem. Shipping line is saturated. Okay. Probably action points. Yep, it's action points. Something that can probably be pretty easily fixed by, say, some borders. Stretch you out to there. This is, of course, only a temporary fix, but we can go ahead and put a supply base in here. Level 3 supply base will give us a little more range.
Move it now.
Okie dokie.
Okay. No, no, it wasn't those guys. These guys. These guys declared war on us. Okay, well, they're about to have a bad day because they've got literal tank army rolling into their zone. Oof! Actually suffered our first tank casualty for the entire game.
All clear, sir.
And that is, even though we lost one, that is the devastating power of tanks, is that our out-of-date tanks were able to kill, well, encircle and kill one unit in the same round. Okay. Here's probably where we want more road. And then construction-wise, everything except for the new build, obviously because the new build doesn't have any progress on it, is proceeding at speed or is finishing. Metal mine will be done next turn, and at that point it will be done because that's maximum level. Industry will have one more level. Deep core gas extractor has a couple levels left. And then you need to continue still receiving colonists until you're level 3.
Roger that.
Okay, so these guys might have a little bit of supply issue this far out until we get that supply base functional. Okay, maybe not optimal. We're going to do connection there. And it's not optimal because technically that means we've got a loop here. The loop's big enough it shouldn't be causing any problems, but because it also allows supply to come this way. So either coming up this road or out of what will be the landing ruins here. And I think we made some money on the last turn, actually. Majors. Good look at potentially saying opening a trade with these guys. Okay, so these guys are the one majors that are, like, open to doing stuff.
Yes, sir.
So let's start trading with them. Victory progress-wise, I think they're also the people who are on last. So I'm totally on board with helping the guys in last. Because then that bolsters them so they're less likely to end up 0. As in non-existent. We don't want their stuff to quickly fall to the enemy. Even though right now the enemy is not particularly hostile. Metal's still going down, which is why we're doing the metal mine. Scrapping here, and here will be more metal. And again, that will happen in, like, 4 turns. Start moving into those. We've already cleaned up all the scrap there. Do I want the scrap over here? So I'm thinking we at least demolish that bit, because we just don't need that bit anymore. And you know what? I will go ahead and start harvesting the scrap over here. Provide a little bit of metal. And then once all the scrap up here is harvested, we can pull the road back to, like, here, because this is mainly up here for scrapping this area. So we got 5.5 there, we got like 8k there. then yeah, I think we're got one more turn, I think, before the walkers are ready. One of the line, yeah, one more turn before the walkers. Military research. We're working heavy combat armor. About 5 turns, we'll be able to go over to the advanced. Well, I think it's charged Gauss. Charge Gauss, yeah. And then we'll do like infantry upgrade from what we had to charge Gauss heavy combat armor. The M printer will be done in a couple turns as well. Happiness is improving. Loyalty is now above 50. We'll give it one more turn and then we'll come back in and start taxing that place. Intern here should be mostly boring. Most of what we're going to be seeing is probably the movement of majors duking out against each other on the border. In the case there, the majors duking out with the nomad miner. Our armored cars stand firm. There we go. Odessa League, around 87. We actually killed a decent amount in self-defense. We have 3 decisions. Around 67. One of them was what to do with the Marauders, obviously. I think we're gonna leave this choice alone, at least until we have the heavy combat armor. Once you have heavy combat armor, we can come back in, start, say, up-armoring the artillery, the bazookas, the MGs, that sort of stuff.
Okie dokie.
Yes, sir.
Scientific cooperation with these guys.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Again, we want them to be strong enough they don't just roll over and die.
Roger that.
Okay, supplies are still pretty bad. It's got decent enough fuel, so that's not an immediate issue. Supply base finished. Immediately go for another upgrade on the supply base.
Copy that.
And yeah, we're at the point where the road actually doesn't make a difference as far as supplies getting out to there. That should change on the next turn, but that's the next turn, that's not this turn.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
One of them there. I'm trying to encircle this guy. Can almost get there. We'll see if he pulls Zach into the low mountains. If he doesn't, we'll push the Galactic Republic tank into the mountain and cutting him off. That's over there, and then over here. Let's try to keep them out of the low mountain. You can actually just go for encirclement there. Do I want to start shooting? I think we're at the point where we start shooting. What's our opinion with these guys? 48. We are going fists, so obviously declaring on them is not really a problem. Because it will just raise our fist. Yeah, let's start the war. We'll get 9% more fist
Roger
profile.
that.
Okay, that's fine.
Move out. Negative to breach.
Not enough action points to get rid of that group.
Move out.
Not completely going away. We're probably killing a lot more than we're taking.
Mission accomplished.
Anyway, so that should target them enough that they're not going to be a problem. Okay, so that gives us that peninsula. Come back into supply as soon as he's done over there. We're running over there. Worked out that flank. Okay, so I think we've done the whole round on the military movement. Let's review the construction. Done, done, done. We've already queued up the replacement for you. We should queue up the replacement for the industry. Take it to industry 6.
Yes, sir.
We're definitely getting to the point where I have a greater capacity just to build whatever I need or want. And I think it is time to start making use of those walkers. I think 2 should be enough for this front. So we'll send 1 to clear that pocket up, 1 to clear up this section here. I'm not going to get that on the way out. I'm going to want a couple down here. Can we deploy them on this road? Might be asking for too much. Oh, no, not enough. Or, well, not too much. Okay, apparently ran out of logistics on that one. Only deployed 4 to 5. So need to come help with that that guy down there. And yeah. Okay, that's all the industry I can spend on walkers for the moment. But yeah, the walkers should help a lot with the moving around in the mountains. And we'll do the replenishment. We got a light tank, or we got a tank to go out. We now have a trooper to go out. And we're obviously down 1 walker that we need to send out. Okay. And again, a couple more turns there. Let's go ahead and cycle the turn. Anyway, a little less comfortable than boundary troops on that border. Not because I'm thinking they're going to declare war on me, but because at some point I think I'm going to declare on them. So they got more troops than I'm comfortable with on the border, because it looks like it'd be hard to fight through. Though we don't know how the comparison is in their troop quality. Our troops might just be higher quality than theirs. Although I don't think that right now. I think once we get the upgrades in, when we're running charge, gauss, and heavy combat, there probably are. That's a league, round 88, we killed 200 infantry, have 4 decisions. I'm gonna play one more turn, like this is a little bit of a long part, because I did a bunch of humming and hawing early in the episode. Hydroponics or modernization. So, government to 62, we'll accept, because we're trying to do that anyway. We may fail, right? Failure is always, sadly, an option. But we're gonna hope that we don't fail. Yeah, we're going to do automatic logistics. I'll double the throughput on all the logistics sectors as far as transport goes. Action points in the hand won't be doubled, but hopefully everything will be fine. And then everybody should be rewarded. So we'll get the +9 government there. So that actually puts us demand-wise... Yeah, so as long as demand does not drop by more than 3 points, we'll complete that demand next turn. Construction-wise, recycling's done, that deep core is done. So we'll do another deep core. A level deep core.
Yes, sir.
We'll expand... No, I think that's an appropriate level of scrap. Scrapping level for that scrap. I do like 1 every like 10,000. That's usually what I do.
All clear, sir.
And there's another one captured. And of course the road wants to keep coming down to try to supply these guys. Okay, that's the northern of the 2 batches of well, the northern of the 2 batches of nomads dealt with.
Mission accomplished.
So the walker should be able to clean up the rest of that. So these guys will then pull out to go help the tanks in the south. The walkers can deal with what's up there. Okay, colonists go here.
Roger that.
And yeah, it looks like 2 more turns. Apparently we had a lot of people emigrating, so we're putting colonists here to build up the city, and they're deciding, you know, we'd rather be in the capital, moving to the capital. At least in this situation, I'm not recruiting colonists from the capital. Could be worse. I could be literally hiring people to move them to a different city, only for them to decide they'd rather be at the city they previously at and go back. I'm not quite doing that.
dokie.
Okay. Goal is to get the guy that's encircled. And fuel supply is definitely getting better. That supply base, it definitely did help. We queued the upgrade to that up. I decided we don't want upgrades to those. Those are still building. Okay. Wait, this guy will then dash out, grab this peninsula next. So definitely grabbing territory nice and quickly. And yeah, we don't necessarily know what we've got piling up on the border. A little bit tempting, which is what I'm going to do, is try to move one of these guys over the border, see if we can get enough reconnaissance. And see what they're packing. And then I think the city's loyal enough. Happiness is going down due to the danger. We had a danger event go off. Okay. We'll hold off due to the danger event. So that's a major. So other than the mountain range here, western border insecure. Which is one of the reasons we're going for the nomads. We can get rid of the nomads and push south. We can get, well, the South Pole is safe territory, so we can get to the South Pole, we're good. Arguably the same with the North Pole, but the North Pole is a little bit longer of a dash. In the circumstances, can I get one thing of walkers here? No. Might be able to deploy it on the rail? The rail I can do, okay. It's a bit of a walk, but the walkers will do fine, I think. And the fact the industry is coming back with a roar now that we're building walkers, I think is a sign that we can start to just rapidly upscale the army. Though we do have a... Once heavy combat and Goss is done, we do have a bunch of upgrades we want to do. Vector point-wise, our population is growing relative to everyone else's. Our planet is growing relative to everyone else's. So that's good to see. Let's go ahead and cycle the turn. And then I think this is where we'll go ahead and put in the part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, as soon as this end turn is complete, we're going to have a part break in. And the next part should be up tomorrow, assuming nothing comes up. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to try to record 3 more parts tonight as we march our way across the planet, trying to race for the unclaimed territory first. If we get enough of the unclaimed territory, it should be a nice quick war when that race is done to end the resistance on the planet. It might only be against one major, which would also make it a little bit calm. In comparison to some of the crazy wars we've gotten up to in the past. Because all the majors right now, a lot of the majors are somewhat viable, so they're not, we don't have, well, in some cases we still have pretty large borders with them, but they're not, like, we have like 4 borders because they make up half the world population or something. Like the last one we had like a northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast border with them. Okay, so this is where we're going to go ahead and end the turn. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.